Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about the new and final episode of Demon Slayer's Kimetsu no Yaiba Mugen Train Arc, which is on episode 7, or you can call it Kimetsu no Yaiba Mugen Ressha-hen, you know? Anyways, this last and final episode of this arc right here was actually pretty nice, even though people just see it as a whole big recap in 7 parts. I still liked it to the certain end, so if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that the episode picks off where Rengoku continues to fight against Akaza, you know, and it ends up with Rengoku and Akaza facing each other, while Tanjiro can only look on in shock and being in shock and horror, you know. And we have to it Inosuke can only stand by, knowing that he only just get in the way. We have to it Akaza tells Rengoku not to die on him and continue fighting him. He even tells Rengoku, "You know you don't stand a chance against me, right? All the impressive attacks you inflicted on me is actually healing up right now. But what about you, huh? A smashed left eye, shattered ribs, eternal damage of your organs, all irreparable. But if you are a demon, you could heal those in the blink of an eye, like those would just be simple scratches." In other words, Akaza is really telling Rengoku, give up your humanity and become a demon, okay? This is not worth dying for, and you're not going to survive if you continue this. We have to it Tanjiro wants to help, but unfortunately Tanjiro is still injured from his stomach wound from that train engineer, and along with using Kinokan no Kagura and the water breathing techniques, it really damages or stuns up his body, you know? We have to it Rengoku responds to Akaza by activating his his final form of flame breathing, you know? Akaza is surprised and shocked to see Rengoku having that kind of spirit despite all the damages he has on his body, is actually happy and surprised, and tells Rengoku that he has to become a demon that we can fight forever, you know? And we have to it that Rengoku ends up activating his 9th form of flame breathing, Rengoku, you know? And gets ready to charge against Akaza, and charges at him with all he's got, and Akaza responds by using Death, Destruction, Annihilation type, and clashes against Rengoku's 9th form of flame breathing. We have to it that Rengoku ends up cutting the arm of Akaza in between his hands, and then we have to it that he tries to go for a neck chop, but Akaza ends up redirecting that blade to go onto his right torso, and then Rengoku tries to make the damage he can, but unfortunately after the attack was finished and the dust cleared, Akaza actually pierced Rengoku's solar plexus, you know? And we have to it that Akaza telling Rengoku, become a demon, damn it, you are one of the strong and chosen ones. And Rengoku ends up having a flashback memory about how his mother asked him, why do you think you are born stronger than others, you know? And Rengoku says he does not know. And his mother tells him, it's because you were given a responsibility to protect those who can't defend themselves against strong people. In other words, defend the weak, you know? And we have to it that, she puts these words into Rengoku's mind and heart, saying, you must always use your powers to help those in need, okay? Never use it for self-interest at all. And Rengoku understands those words and says, of course, mother, I understand. And we have to it that she tells Rengoku to come to her, and she hugs him and says, I don't have much time left, and I'm so happy to be blessed with a strong and gentle child. And we go back to present where Rengoku is pierced through his solar plexus and swings his sword at Akaza's neck, and he ends up thanking his mother in his mind, saying, I'm so glad to be born from a mother like you. I'm so happy. And we have Rengoku screams in rage in combat, trying to cut Akaza's neck, you know? Akaza responds trying to punch Rengoku, but Rengoku catches his hand with his other hand and ends up holding him still. Akaza, realizing the sun is coming up, is trying to escape, but unfortunately his hand is stuck in Rengoku's solar plexus, and then Rengoku's not letting go of his other hand, and Rengoku thinks in his mind, I'm not letting go, and then he's getting closer to cutting Akaza's neck off right now, but unfortunately Akaza is still putting up resistance, screams trying to get away from him. As for Tanjiro, he grabs his sword and says, no matter what, I have to help and finish what Rengoku started. And we have to Akaza and Rengoku caught in the middle of a struggle while the sun is rising up while Akaza is trying to get away, because no matter how strong of a demon you are, once the sun rises up, you're done. And we have to it that like that Akaza screams at Rengoku to let go of him, but Rengoku does not give up and got his blade halfway to his like neck or something. And we have to it that like Inosuke can only watch in surprisement and shock, looking at Rengoku's going to win. But Tanjiro convinces Inosuke to move before it's too late, and Inosuke moves in, tries to pierce Akaza for him not to escape. But unfortunately for them, Akaza ends up ditching both of his arms to escape and manages to break the sword off of Rengoku and manages to escape. We have to it, he regenerates both of his arms and runs, and then Tanjiro ends up going after him, throws his sword at him, and tells him not to run, you know? Akaza, enraged, thinks in his mind, what the hell is this kid wrong? What the hell's wrong with this kid? I'm running from the sun, not you, and besides, that guy's freaking out his limit and is about to die soon. Tanjiro makes a speech where, like, that they always fight demons at night, where they always had the biggest advantage, while we don't have the freaking regeneration and losing limbs is lost forever, etc. We have to it. Tanjiro tells him not to run, and then he says that Akaza lost, saying that Rengoku did not allow anyone to die, and he protected everyone, and that he's the one that lost by running away and unable to do what he wanted to do, you know? And Tanjiro could only cry in agony and despair, and seeing Rengoku's death is already approaching, and there's no way no one can do about it, you know? Rengoku's shocked and later on smiled, tells Tanjiro, hey, can you stop yelling? You have a stomach wound, remember? If you end up dying here, I will not be the winner, and I'll be a loser instead. And Rengoku asks Tanjiro to come to him, as he wants to talk to him one more time. We have to it throughout the second half. Rengoku tells Tanjiro to go visit his home, you know, because it might have a answer to the Hinokami Kagura that he might be looking for. He never looked at the notes or something about the Hinokami Kagura or something, or the previous Flame Hashira, but he knows that it might have an answer to what Tanjiro is looking for. Tanjiro asking Rengoku, please don't talk anymore. Is there any way you could stop the bleeding from using a breathing technique, as he sees the arm of Akaza disappearing and Rengoku's wound opens up and it bleeds out endlessly. We have to Rengoku tells Tanjiro, no, very soon I'm going to die. But before that happens, I need to tell you something. Please tell my little brother to follow his heart and walk down the path he believes is right. And tell my father to take care of himself. We have to Rengoku also tells Tanjiro that he believes in his little sister, because he saw her having to protect humans from demon tentacles and everything else. And anyone who does that, regardless of what's said to the contrary, is considered to be a part of the Demon Slayer core. And tells Tanjiro to hold his head proud high, you know? As Tanjiro only cries because of the words of what Rengoku is telling him, Rengoku also tells him, no matter how devastated you are by your own weakness or uselessness, always keep your heart and soul ablaze. Dry your eyes, grit your teeth, and keep moving, because even though you may stop and grieve for a while, time's not going to wait for you. And this speech right here is always emotional, because Rengoku's trying to tell Tanjiro, no matter what happens, you gotta keep going, man. I mean, you could stop and grieve right now, but time's not going to wait for you. And he ends up telling Tanjiro, and Inosuke not to feel bad that he's going to die right now, because as a Hashira, it's natural that I protect all of you. And all the other Hashira would do the same, as we will not allow the young buds to be nipped. And he tells Tanjiro and Inosuke and Zenitsu, who's far away taking care of Nezuko, to keep learning and grow, as you will become the next Hashira to become the support pillar. And he says he believes in all of them and has faith in them, you know? Later on, he ends up seeing the image of his mother, having to see him and being proud about what his accomplishments are. But Rengoku does ask, did I do it right? The responsibility you've given to me and the abilities I earned and trained with. Was I successful? And his mother smiles at him and says, I'm so proud of you, my son. You done me proud. And we have Rengoku smiles and then ends up passing away in peace with a smile on his face. We have Zenitsu shows up after Rengoku's death and asks what happened, while he realizes that the upper rank demon came by after Tanjiro tells him everything. Tanjiro feeling upset, knowing that he's facing a powerful war right now, another powerful war. Despite him mastering one thing over another, he's always facing another and trying to figure out why how he could be like Rengoku. We had to Inosuke tells Tanjiro not to cry like a baby and tells him to move on because right now those who die just return to the earth and don't cry even though you have a lot of regrets and humiliation. Well, Inosuke is also crying because like Rengoku was really cool to him, you know. And then we had to all three mourn Rengoku's passing, while the message later on gets passed on to the Hashiras, you know, the insect Hashira ends up being shocked about Rengoku's death. Everyone is shocked, you know. Well, even like the one that we'll see in the next arc realizes that Rengoku could not even defeat an upper rank demon even at his level, huh? And even, like I said, every Hashira is really shocked about it. One cries, the other one doesn't believe it, and Tomioka just seems very neutral about it. While the headmaster of the Demon Slayer Corps got the message, he is still proud of Rengoku, knowing that not one single innocent life was killed and not one had died, and that he's done a good job, and that he's not sad or upset, knowing that his time is coming up very soon, and that he'll be joining the others very soon, you know. Tanjiro, having to cry and still grieving and cry over Rengoku's death, ends up holding his heart, has his hand clutched over his heart, and then ends up having to like cry and grief still, and then the ending credits start. Anyways, overall, I thought this entire like Mugen Train arc, you know, despite it being TV version, I thought it was pretty cool. Not many people really like it because it's a just recap and a waste of time, but we have to understand, people. I mean, like not everybody has the luck chance to even watch the movie at all when it comes to the movie theaters or whatever the case may be. But you know, as one will say, there's always other sources how to watch the movie anyway. But that aside, yeah, I thought the entire Mugen Train arc was still cool, even though it's in the TV version. You know, I mean, opening and ending song was pretty cool, and then they still used the ending song from the movie for this final episode. And yeah, overall, I thought there were some extra scenes here and there that didn't make much of a difference, but I still liked it anyway. I mean, like art, animation, music were all there, so I gotta give it top props, you know. I mean, like, Rengoku, despite him being a little short on the scene in the series, you know, he still made an impact on me, you know, in terms of, like, with that speech and all, and then, like, being awesome. Yeah. Anyways, looking forward to the next arc, which will start next week, and I'm looking forward to see how this one goes out, you know. So, overall, thought it was pretty cool. I already put my score in Mal. No need to, like, guess it because it's the same as the movie. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. So I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out. Bye bye. Ta-ta-da!